Okay, I'm a Celestial 2 Spidey main. I'll be showing you how to play fucking Spider-Man. You can do all these texts, everything I'm about to teach you. You can do all that shit whether you're on PC or mouse and keyboard, or I mean console, right? Console. I'm gonna be teaching you everything you need to know in order to perform good with Spider-Man, and not just the simple basics. And you can do all this whether you're on PC or console. It doesn't matter. As long as you put in the work, you'll get better with it. So I'm gonna be starting with the easiest techniques and combos, and then slowly moving up to the harder shit, like all the super weird stuff. That it's like all the animation canceling, all the weird timing and stuff like that. And the final tip I give you is gonna wrap everything up, and it's gonna allow you to actually perform well in your game. So you're gonna want to stick around for that final tip, because if you don't know the final tip but you know all these combos and all the techniques, it's not gonna matter. Just because you know all the combos and techniques does not mean you can do good with Spider-Man unless you implement the final tip. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this. I'm gonna assume you're a beginner Spider-Man. You know his kit, but you don't really know what to do with this kit. So first things first, when you're barely picking up Spider-Man, you open up settings, go to settings, go keyboard or controller, go to Spider-Man, come down to get over here targeting. It's gonna be right here. Get over here targeting. Whether you're on console or PC, make this a separate keybind from the actual one, because as you can see, I have my get over here targeting set to R, right? So whenever I have a web cluster, instead of it being my mouse button forward, my mouse button forward is to pull someone, and my get over here targeting is R, which will allow me to get pulled into them. So even if I have a cluster on them, I can still press my mouse button forward, which will bring them to me, rather than if I had one button, it'll bring me to them if I had the cluster or whatever, right? So that way it just doesn't get mixed up. Next tip is a PC only tip. You want to make your jump secondary binding scroll down or scroll up, whatever is more comfortable for you. But I promise you, having this set is going to be so much easier for later on in the video when I show you the overhead tips. Alright, the most important tip I can give you with Spider-Man, it's going to be learning how to B-hop, okay? Just timing your jump. Oh my god, I fucked it up already. Holy shit. Literally all it is just timing your jump so you can keep your momentum up, okay? And the way you can use B-hopping to actually gain mad distance, all it is by web zipping, canceling the web zip animation by using a web cluster. Now your web cluster is your best friend. It can literally animation cancel every single move in the game that you do with Spider-Man, okay? This is super important. Just keep that in mind for later, but you want to use a web cluster after your web zip to cancel it. So you kind of do like the sliding animation, and all you do is once you land, you jump. And look at that, you just go flying. And you can literally do the same thing when you're web zipping, right? Let's see, you swing, use the falling down animation. You don't want that to happen because your momentum. So instead, what do? You web cluster, and you keep jumping, just like that. Now this does lead into the next movement tech. This one has to do with a uppercut. All you're gonna do is just web zip from the ground or from head level and uppercut, and that allows you to just gain hella distance like that, right? Boom, you go flying. Just make sure not to web zip directly to the ground, because if you do and then you do your uppercut, you're gonna kill all your momentum. So make sure you web zip a little bit farther in front of you, so that way you don't kill your momentum. Alright, now everything I just told you in the past minute about the uppercut movement technique, throw that shit out the window. The only time you ever want to use that is if you're going under a little hallway like this. I can use this one right here for a better example. But if you're going under a hallway like this, that's the only time you ever want to use it, so that way you can get through like very clean. Why? Because you do a little swoop. You see that little swoop I'm talking about? If you time it perfectly, you go under literally any hallway. That way you can, I don't know, get around the map quicker. The actual movement technique you want to use is, like I said, the web cluster, how it cancels that out, right? Boom, it cancels that out. And oh my god, that's what allows me to do another jump. If I can get it, holy shit. That's what allows me to do this double jump right here, right? Under any normal circumstance, where if I'm just doing this or just web zipping like normal, I cannot double jump unless I throw the cluster out and I just double jump like that, because it's gonna animation cancel the web zip. And that is when, after the double jump, you throw out your uppercut, right? Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Real quick, I'm sorry for those really advanced Spider-Mans that are just looking to get better. I understand this is just shit you already know, but I'm just trying to show the people who may not know these things or may not know how to do them, how to actually do them. Anyways, let's keep it going. You can also do this technique on the ground. It's the same thing, you're just doing it on the ground. It's a little harder to time simply because you have such little time, but the moment it starts, boom, just like that. And you can use this in any situation where you're like too close or too in an awkward angle to get like a run up. To do this, right? If you're oh my god, if you're in an awkward angle, just do this, right? Boom, there you go. I forgot to mention this one, but this is the easiest one you can do. All you do is just run up to a wall, press your swing, and you get fucking flung. It's really weird. It's a really gimmicky thing. I wouldn't really necessarily use this simply because I have no use for it. I'd very much rather swing and have like control of where I'm swinging. Alright, let's actually get into some actual combos now. Let's step away from movement for a bit. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you should already know that when you web cluster someone, your next punch or your next melee attack does increase damage. So how should you be implementing this? Implement it by clustering before every single melee attack. I don't care what it is you do, whether it's overhead, whether it's an uppercut, whether it's a punch. Literally web cluster before every single one. So let's say you want to punch oh my god, let's say you want to punch uppercut. What you're gonna do is you're gonna cluster, punch, cluster, uppercut, and it should kill a 250 HP target just like that if you're facing them, you know, face to face. Let's say you double jump, you want to get an overhead, you're gonna double jump, you're gonna cluster, you're gonna overhead, then you're gonna web cluster again, you're gonna go to your uppercut. There you go, it's an instant kill combo right there, just like that. And now when you put this together with the get over here, you web cluster, you get over here, you uppercut, you web cluster, you punch, and guess what? It kills 250 HP targets. I'm pretty sure it does 275 as well. Let me just practice on this Luna. So right here, boom, 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 boom. It does 275 HP target dead. Another little combo you can do is by web clustering them, and then instead of doing the get over here where you go to them, instead you pull them in, and then you punch, web cluster, uppercut, and it will kill. So let me just do it again in full speed now that you know the combo. So it'll look something like this, right? Boom. When you get really good at it, it'll look like that. But let's say you land the pull first. After the pull, you just web cluster, and then you do the combo like usual. Alright, now let's get away from all the beginner friendly shit. Let's get into the actual techie stuff. The stuff you came here to see, okay? Starting with all the animation canceling stuff. We're gonna learn how to animation cancel into an overhead. So that way, you don't have to double jump in order to overhead. There's a way to do this, but you do that by just simply animation canceling your web zip with a web cluster, and then all you do is melee. So it'll look something like this. Hold on, I messed it up. There you go. When you get used to it, you do it fast, it'll look like that. And all I'm doing is literally what I just told you. And the way you implement this is by doing a web cluster get over here combo like that. Boom, just like that. And you're probably asking me, why would I do that when I can just do this, right? And get the kill the same way on a 275 HP target. It's because in an actual game, they're going to be getting healed. They're not going to be standing fucking robots like this, right? They're going to be actually getting healed. So what you want to do is this instead, because they're not always going to be standing still. And this combos will also leads into being able to get 2 overheads, right? You do this, overhead, double jump, overhead again. You get 2 overheads within one combo. Keep in mind that this animation cancel does take a web cluster, okay? Let me turn off my infinite cooldown. This will take up a web cluster, but it will not take up a web zip. There is another variation of it, and all it is instead of using the web cluster, you're just using your web sling, right? Your swing. I'm gonna call it a swing, right? You're doing a swing. You just go up, boom, like that, and then you can do the overhead. But I don't like this variation because it takes a swing, a web swing. And it's that, to me, that's extremely horrible. I would never want to do that because your web zip, or your web cluster, I mean to say, comes back in 2.5 seconds, whereas your swing comes back in 6 seconds. And you need all your web swings. That is momentum, that is movement, that is your escape. You never want to be wasting your web swings. If you waste them, you're literally throwing the entire game. So please, for the love of God, when you see people using this combo, stop. Tell them to stop. It's so bad. Do not do this, man. It's terrible. You want to do this instead, okay? Because that doesn't take a doesn't take a web swing, and instead takes a web cluster, and at the same time you're multiplying your damage. So why would you not want to do that, right? Look at that shit. Boom, boom, boom. I kind of forgot to show this combo. It does have to do with the Venom team up. It kills any 275 HP target. So let me just showcase it on the Luna. Everyone should know this if they have a Venom team. All it is 2 web clusters, get over here, uppercut into your C, and they die immediately. If it's 250 HP target like another Spider-Man, all it takes is 1 web cluster, uppercut like that. If it's 275, 1 web cluster. If it's a 300 HP target, it's 3 web clusters. Now let me say this, there's a bunch of other like techniques and stuff, like a bunch of other Venom combos, like there's fucking this one, boom, 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 right? There's that shit. But like that's just all very flashy stuff you don't really need to do. In the game, you want to confirm the kill. Unless you're clip farming, then you can go for like flashy shit. You go, oh my god, look at me, I'm so fucking good, right? But in an actual game, you want to do what confirms the kill, which is always going to be that very easy to do, right? So I'm not going to really be going over the super flashy shit. That's just not necessary for you to become a really good Spider-Man. All right, time to get into the actual difficult stuff though. So you know how I said that you can pretty much animation cancel anything in Spider-Man's kit? That is very true. You can cancel, like I just showed you, Spider-Man's uppercut with a web zip, right? And you can, that's how you do the overhead animation cancel that I was showing earlier, just like that. But this time all you're doing is adding the uppercut, so it looks like this, right? Boom. You can, this is how you do the double overhead swing, whatever, yada yada yada. You kind of understand that by now, but the reason why I say you can animation cancel your uppercut, because you don't want to be stuck in his animation for so long. You want to keep doing your thing. But the real reason why I mentioned that is because you can do crazy shit like this, right? Pull motherfuckers off the map by when being close to them, because you don't really know. You've seen a bunch of clips where people try pulling people with Spider-Man, right? But guess what? The web pull, whatever, comes out super late. They have to be super far back from the enemy, because if they're too close, they can't get the web's pull in time, because of how, like, I guess long the animation of the uppercut is. But by simply doing the animation cancel, like I'm just showing you, you can literally land this from being right in front of them. Like, I'm gonna show you right now. Oops, I kind of messed it up, but you can do this by just being right in front of them. Oh my god, if I can't, like, actually land it. You see what I mean? Like, I'm, like, already, like, oh my god, the way I'm doing it is so techie. It's so tough, right? But it's just so much better to do that, because you can just get the pull a lot sooner, rather than if I was just to do this, right? Look at that. I mean, yeah, I still got it, but let's say I'm going full speed. Holy shit, like, if I have to be so far away just to pull them. But if I'm going full speed right next to them, fucking doing this long ass animation, it's gonna take me so long. So that is that, and we are now nearing the end of this video, okay? Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a bunch of other text and a bunch of other dumb shit that you can be doing with Spider-Man, but it's just not necessary, I'm telling you. Everything I've explained to you in this video is shit I actually use, except for this last one I'm gonna tell you. All the other ones is shit I actually use, and what allowed me to hit Celestial too, like in Celestial, one tricking Spider-Man on my ult, like it's insane. But anyways, enough yep, this is the last tick that I give you for this video specifically, and it's the backwards fling. Now this shit is so extremely hard to do, and I would never actually go for this in a real game, because it's so, like, incredibly hard to do. It's so inconsistent, and it has to do with, like, factors like frame rate and ping, I'm pretty sure. But all it is a backwards fling, and it's so hard to do. But the way you do it is you web zip, and it's as soon as that pull animation starts, what you're supposed to do is frame 1 time it. So at the frame 1 of that animation, the pull starts, you just web cluster and double jump. And what is supposed to happen is you get flung backwards instead, or you get flung in the direction that you're holding it, I meant to say. There you go. See, just like that. So it's very inconsistent, because sometimes it goes super short, sometimes it goes super far, just like that, and sometimes it bugs you out and it doesn't go anywhere at all. Alright, now for the final tip, man. The big tip that you've been waiting for since you started watching this video, or if you skipped here, get your fucking ass back and watch the actual video. Anyways, here it is. It all comes down to playstyle. And the way you play Spider-Man is just in and out. Like, of course, an assassin going, you dive in, you do damage, you get the fuck out, right? But that's not the only thing. It's you getting good at Spider-Man is gonna come from looking at other people playing the game yourself more often, just continuing to use Spider-Man, and learning how to string everything I just taught you together. Because look, you can get super far across the map by actually stringing everything I just taught you together, right? Like, look at that. I can only use 1 uppercut, 1 web swing, go fucking crazy, yada yada yada. But I mean, you're gonna have to string everything together, everything I'm teaching you, and it'll make more sense the more you play Spider-Man. But you gotta actually, like, implement everything and I guess make everything work together. It's super hard to explain over a video. It'll be a lot easier if you, like, watch my past Spider-Man videos and you look for yourself, or you look at my TikToks, I have clips on there, or just look at anyone else. Maybe even fucking Necros, man. That guy's fucking crazy. But like, what I'm saying is you gotta learn to implement everything together. Because I can teach you how to do all these different tags, but if you don't know what you're doing or how to implement them, you're gonna do so bad on Spider-Man. That's exactly how my journey started out. I learned how to do all these different texts and shit, but I'm over here doing fucking dropping bombs in my game, you know, dropping little shit bombs, doing terrible, wondering why I'm doing bad when I know all these techs. And it's just because I don't know the playstyle. And what I can tell you right now to teach you a little bit is to constantly stay in the air, never be on the ground as a Spider-Man. Be in the air, be preservative of your web swings, always have like at least 2 or even 1.5 before you go into a fight. One big thing I can teach you is if you get a web cluster off and you're trying to use the get over here, don't just use it in front of their face. If it's like a Hella, you just use it in front of their face, they're gonna sleep you. If it's a, I guess a Luna, they're gonna sleep you coming straight to their face. If it's a Hawkeye, they're gonna shoot you in the face. So what you can do is instead land that web cluster, go over here, boom. Just like that. So it's like little niche things like that, or little things that you can do to just like, I guess, allow yourself to play better. So I'll teach you all these little things right now. So one thing you can do too as well is this is gonna be a little more all over the place because I'm going off the top of my head and I'm also very tired. One thing you can do too is by using the web cluster animation cancel I was talking to you about, you can do this. You can cancel the web zip into someone, do this, cluster them, boom, and then get the punch, right? Maybe they're dead from there. Get out, man. Get the fuck out. Like, look at that. Boom, boom, right? Let's say you go like this, and then boom, 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 right? Boom. Just imagine those are real people. It's a bit hard if I'm just going boom, 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 and not explaining. But it's just like everything I just taught you, you can implement it on the enemy. So, boom, right? Look at that. If they were an actual enemy, they die, you get the fuck out. Uppercut to get out. Oh my god, like it's amazing, bro. It's so amazing. Spider-Man's skill ceiling is out of this world. But let's say I was doing this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, it's insane. So yeah, you're not gonna learn Spider-Man overnight, I promise you that. And if you do, congratulations, bro. You might have an IQ of like 10 fucking gajillion. But don't get mad if you can't learn Spider-Man within the first, like, I guess, day of you playing him. It's really hard to play this guy. Like, you can learn all the text for this guy in like an hour, right? But to actually learn how to play this guy, it's gonna take you a bit because you gotta learn all the text and shit. Or not the text, I mean, you gotta learn how to actually implement the techniques and all the movements. So what do I recommend? Wow, watch me live. Watch other people live. But watch me instead, haha. You know, watch me live on my Twitch, watch my TikToks and shit. All that shit will be linked in the description below. So yeah, hopefully this just help you out. If you want me to review your VODs or go a little more in depth about the actual play style, I can. Other than that, just watch my videos. I taught you literally everything you need to know. And the final tip is to just actually play the fucking character. Get out there, you know, get into ranked, get into a quick match. I would say ranked though, because you want to go against people your actual skill level to get better. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I taught you all the important stuff, all the animation canceling, and now it's time for you to actually get out there and do your thing. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm out of here.